Well, recognizing alcoholism in the family is a difficult thing. Obviously, denial is the hallmark of addiction. So it's a difficult thing to see as a family member. What I would always say and have always said to family members is it's not how much someone's drinking, it's not how often they're drinking, it's what happens when they do. And if that person's drinking is upsetting you, if it's creating situations that are making you worry, become angry, fearful, ashamed, then chances are you have the family illness of alcoholism present.
So how I know perhaps as a spouse that I'm in an alcoholic home where I'm being affected by the disease is that I find myself getting angry or screaming or ranting about the smallest thing. I'm even scared. In the privacy of my own thoughts, I'm scared by how overreacting I am.
The way that someone knows when their loved one has crossed the line is when the drinking starts to interfere with their functioning. In other words, they are having a hard time going to work and doing well at work, or they're not doing well in school, or doing well in sports, or their family commitments, or things that are important to them. That's one way. But the other way is when they can't control the amount they drink once they start.
The alcoholic in my family, the primary one, is my brother. And the role that I took on as a child was to make everybody happy, to make mom happy, to make dad happy, to be the best kid that there was. I was an overachiever, and I just wanted people to like me. So I did whatever it took to make people like me. I, bought them things. Never had an opinion. I went along with the crowds no matter where they were going, whether I agreed with them or not. And I also found myself, when it came to relationships, attracted to very dysfunctional men, and got myself into a lot of very dysfunctional relationships, whether it was just with men or friends or jobs. I was always I was attracted to those types of relationships.
Before I came into Al-Anon, a typical day for me started at night when I would lay in bed and I would fantasize everything that I thought that my husband was doing during the day. And it wasn't even really true what it was that he was doing, but I lived in my own mind and I would just spin around. So when I woke up in the morning and he was gone for work, I was angry. I was angry at what I thought the night before, not what actually happened.
It got to a point where I grew up, stuffing everything that was in my life, whether it was family secrets or my feelings. It was very uncomfortable to be who I was. I always ran away when I was young and came back home at night. And as the alcoholism increased, it was, sort of unbearable to have anyone that knew me to come to my house, because you didn't know what was going to happen, whether it was going to be, some kind of chaos or drama, or the arguments and the fightings. It was just, confusion at its peak, and it was scary growing up.
I spent about 20 years to stop him from drinking, and I ran after him. I poured his drink in the sink, and I tried to control the money. I tried to control everything. There was so much verbal, emotional, and physical abuse all these years, and at this point I did not know what to do, and I didn't even know there was a program. Every day is like you're going in the circles, and still I had such a pain in my mind, my body, my whole being was in pain. I didn't know what to do.
It was just such a relief to walk into a room and have people nod their head, yes, I've been like that, or yes, I've experienced that. Because I don't think I realized how dysfunctional it was until I heard other people share how it could be.
I found coming to Al-Anon that there was some sort of common ground, a feeling of acceptance, and learning that alcoholism was a disease and that I played no part in causing it. And I was very limited to even think that I, could cure it. So as I came to meetings, I learned that I cannot control it. So if I wanted to be healthy and happy, it was up to me.
In Al-Anon, I learned that I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and I can't cure it. And that gave me some relief in the beginning. I'm thankful that they say come for 6 meetings, because I didn't want to come, but I did want to do what I was told to do.
I learned what it meant to have a place where you can go where you know that you're not alone, where you can share what's in your heart, your mind, and your soul, and know that you're not going to be criticized for it. Know that you're not going to be judged for what you did. Know that it's okay to love an alcoholic. And it's okay to start to learn how to love yourself, how to keep the focus on you, and how you're worth it.
One of the first things I learned was that I wasn't responsible for the world. There was just a huge weight lifted off my shoulders as soon as I came into these rooms and found out there were people that believed that, that could laugh, that could come into the room and sit down and hear other people sharing about these things that I just thought were terrible, and they were laughing about it. And it was because they had let go. And, the slogans teach us, these just very quick little things we can say to ourselves, first things first, let go and let God, and just, restore ourselves to sanity even for a minute.
Before Al-Anon, I had some physical symptoms of the anxiety of living with that. I felt like I had a steel band around my chest. I had some skin problems, but my doctor never asked me if there was any drinking problems or any other kind of problems in the home. And he never explored that part, that then maybe he could have suggested to me Al-Anon. Today when I go to my doctor, I tell him, please tell other people about Al-Anon, because it saved my life.
Today, my life is pretty great. I am constantly striving to be a better person in all areas of my life, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. I get help when I need it. I have friends in my life that I love. That's one of the most important things. I had a group of friends before who loved me conditionally. If I paid for them to go to a concert, maybe they would be my friend. Or, if I always said yes to them every time they needed a babysitter or a ride, then they would still be my friend, or they wouldn't hold it against me. Today I have friends in my life that I love and who love me for exactly who I am.
Before, I had jobs where I would work there for a month, 3 months, a year even. And then I'd lose my temper and I'd lose my job. Now I have an education, I have a career, I have a relationship with the alcoholic. Before Al-Anon, I hated the alcoholic. Wanted nothing to do with him. Just total resentment, just poisoned me. Today I have a relationship with the alcoholic. And it's come through building boundaries. I have very set boundaries with the alcoholic. And by maintaining those boundaries, I'm able to have a relationship with them. Something I thought was never possible. Because hating your dad doesn't work. He's my dad. He raised me. He was my hero for a long, long time. And then the disease got him. My hero's still there. He's just got a disease. So, today I'm able to, sit down and talk with him. I'm able to go out and go fishing with him. I'm able to have a relationship with this man that I hated for so long. Something I thought would never happen. And it's because I worked the program. So I get honest with people in the meetings, and things just progressively get better. I don't know any other way to put it. I look back on how my life was then and how it is now. I'm blown away, just totally blown away. It's a very simple thing, but it works beautifully.
It might seem overwhelming to make just one more decision, or impossible to find a single hour to get some help. Yet, asking for help or making that phone call to find a local Al-Anon meeting could make a huge difference in your life.